So, what I thought we could talk about is the items that we're going to cover in the course and why the course is so necessary and good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me I thought it was on the sign up thing, but
You see,
interesting.
I got my
Oh,
hair back.
what you say,
I
your
know
hair
I'm
back?
uh,
I got my edges back.
look, look in the camera.
Wait a minute, what you doing, girl?
I got no titty again. You ain't know? I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed. Praise the goddess.
You doing crazy.
Totally healed.
Okay, so I see what it is now, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. That way we'll know kind of what we're talking about. Okay, copy. I was looking for what the sections we're going to cover in the course. So I'm going to put them in the chat. All right, so I feel like it's the course I never got to take.
It's the course I've been waiting to take.
Yeah, I never got to take it. And I'm thinking, I'm going to tell you what's bizarre. And I think about this every now and then. So when I was in graduate school, for my PhD, I had one Black female professor. And her focus was Southern writing. Kind of, really, she focused on kind of like obscure Southern novels by Black writers. So there came a time for us to do a project, and she wanted us to pick a theoretical lens through which to do our project. And she explicitly said you can do every one of them except feminism.
Why?
I have no idea. It seems like I remember her saying like that would be too easy or something like that. But that right there lets you know what kind of attack and self-hating paradigm. So the one theoretical lens that has been perfected by Black women, and you the one Black, and when I say she was the one Black woman in that department. Her children were the only 2 Black children at their school in this town.
She needs to take our course. She needs to radicalize her life.
I agree.
Working with feminism means you have forced to embrace loving women at a deeper level, and it always starts with yourself and reframing how you see yourself and stripping away what people told you what femininity is. Beyond the politicizing of femininity, really defining it for who you are. So, I mean, as who you are, not for who you are, as who you are. Feminism is something, a lot of Black nationalists run for feminism because it divides the whole Black family. But what we as melanated people need to understand that there were matrilineal and matriarchal systems that worked previous to patriarchy and colonization. And that wasn't called feminism. And we've created that term for a way of being.
Right, exactly. And I mean, most people's first foray into some sort of conscious Black thought, into recentering themselves in a more realistic view of global history, is through that comedic path. That's why my first child's name is Ramses, because like a lot of Gen Xers, the first way that I became conscious was unks and you know what I'm saying? The comedic thing. And if we look at the comedic paradigm, they had so many women pharaohs. Everything was about what woman you married. Like the first female physicians, some of the the oldest female physicians we can think of were through that, comedic culture, what we call
It was
ancient.
a title in the royal lineage to be the mother of a king.
Mm-hmm.
That held title.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, I birthed him and I'm still taking care of him. Okay. Which means I'm
Right.
taking care of the nation. Like,
that's right.
but then, Susan B. Anthony's out here perverted it into something that is not quite right, So I also understand where folks be coming from when you start using the F word.
That's true. That's true. When I hear the young sisters, but what's interesting is that, young sisters will say, I'm not a feminist. And they'll go on to say something like, I do enjoy certain female roles in the home. I do believe that a man should pay for a date. But what they don't know is that being able to choose, being able to look outside of that and pick and choose pieces is feminism. Feminism is not saying you can't stay in the house, nurse for 3 years, cook and clean until you get ready to start a business or join the workforce again. Feminism is what feminism is. Not feminism. Anti-patriarchy is the only thing you can do is inhabit those roles. That's what we got for you, this narrow space. Fit in it a bus.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just also feel like yes and to that, because one of the most deeply gratifying things that I do in my practice is sweep my home. Okay. Yeah. Keeping a clean space has nothing to do with gender roles. It's also, and we shortchange each other by thinking that domestication or taking care of our is anti anything. I mean, what does that? Wait.
You know what? I so appreciate you clarifying that, because as the mother of a son, I definitely don't want him to get ill because he doesn't know that he needs to wash his ass and keep his face hygienic. And that anybody under his care, that he should make sure that they have the things that they need to be hygienic.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not a gender. It's not a gender to be safe, clean, healthy.
Enjoy a clean home, lavish. Right. Or also, and then also I find, because I am that homeschooling, breastfeeding for 2 years mom, like I've been able to do a lot of deep unpacking in what would seem to be a socially genderized role. I tell people all the time, my own housewife, because the role of the housewife is one of the most important roles in this world. Mm-hmm. If you want to understand the dynamics of a nation, a people, a group, a tribe, sit up with the women who have to take care of them. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see some of this domestic role things as anti-patriarchal or serving patriarchy, because I'm not looking to patriarchy as my leadership, as my determinant. And I can say that because it's a privilege to be liberated in my consciousness. Yeah. However, I think that with the Susan B. Anthony culture, that there is a win for the division with them too, especially what the intent is. I'm not competing with Bill Clinton and them. I'm trying to create a whole new world.
Yes. So Yes. So a radical feminism doesn't look to just replace patriarchy. I just want to be a better despot. I just want to be a woman king. You know what I'm saying? I want to. I want to be a better enslaver. If the enslaver had a vagina, then the slavery would be better. Like, no, I agree. I totally agree. It's about rethinking all of this.
So in
Mm-hmm.
our course, we're doing mental health topics. We're having a guest speaker come in to do some healing around sexual abuse with
Yeah.
the yoga.
Yeah.
But I'm ecstatic about the coursework, actually intellectually decolonizing our minds. Like
Mm-hmm.
every session, we don't have to list every session, but you can piece together your own liberation, but ain't nothing better than being in a collective group of women and freeing our minds together, letting go of some things, unpacking some things, because once we have that aha moment, that trickles down our whole neurological tract, and our bodies actually change. Like we become healthier, we let go of stress and tension, and able to actually have new ways of thinking, because our neural pathways have actually become more accessible to us. So
Yes.
it's like
Yes, I agree. And it's so interesting. So many things sparked for me while you were saying that. I was thinking about how this kind of a group of women, and women femme spirited, and women together sharpening each other, uh engaging. It feels like a collective way to do therapy, instead of being put in a room, once again feeling like you're being lectured. Like when I think of psychotherapy with the Freudian way, you're brought into a small space to be fixed, and ultimately to blame your mother, to blame women somehow. To find how can women be the reason? But so yeah, I love the idea, and iron sharpens iron, as they say.
now
Um
I don't need to be fixed. But I might do a little.
right.
But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
what
I
else?
think the I also think that the poetry element, the writing element, um, any art pieces that you bring in, um, I just think it's going to be a multimodal way of unpacking and growing.
No, this is real work. I can't wait to
Mm.
see what we do with the art. I mean, I can wait.
Yeah.
Sometimes the art unfold well, because sometimes the real art doesn't unfold until after we have a chance to process the experience. So I don't even want to start pressuring myself for an outcome as an artist. You
Mm-hmm.
colonizing my own practice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be tickled when I see some art being made together. I'll say that.
I agree. I agree. And I'm also thinking about, um the marketplace, and your money, and your pocketbook, and your purse. So often artists aren't. You sent me this video just today. Was it today that you sent me the video where the woman said, every time I take lower than my rates, I I get resentful. And I think that the conversations we're going to have in here around body trauma, around ideas of our own worth, will tease out some of the reasons that maybe our pocketbook isn't looking as dope as we look.
Or vice versa. Or vice versa. That's a concern too. Like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
fly looking sad and sick and tired? Like, maybe we're not supposed to be chasing the bags.
mm,
You know?
mm,
So it goes
true
both
that.
ways. That too.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
I mean, everyone's saying it over the internet. Everyone's saying it at all the all the global spiritual readings. This is the year of ease. This is the year of us taking care of ourselves. This is supposed to be a self-care year. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So in numerology, it's a 7.
Okay.
That's our consciousness, thought consciousness.
Okay.
So that's another reason why I think this class or this workshop series that we're doing is going to be fire, because there's the mental, there's the physical, there's a sprinkle of the spiritual, just and we're kind of challenging ourselves to deepen our own consciousness as the year wants us to.
Yeah, and on that spiritual piece, I'm thinking about West African cosmologies like Yoruba, where the belief is that you chose to be here, not a fate. You chose your mother, you chose your line, you chose your life. So the question is, why did you choose it?
Good question.
And I think, and I think that this class is going to help people to get closer to that answer, if not to the answer. Why did I choose this?
Deep.
I love it.
Well, I'm excited. I'm ready to share. I'm ready to listen.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So we need a committed core of women and femme folks, those who move under the sign of woman and those who are femme, to join us. And if you would like to, you can go to the link below, or you can go to Fannie Lou Hamer House on Instagram, Fannie Lou Hamer House on Facebook, or Fannie Lou Hamer House on, or Hamer_house on Twitter. And you can find out how to join this incredible course. We cannot wait to spend this time with you.
It's true.